Hey guys, it is a Monday morning. I'm on vacation today. I just spent a week traveling Allentown, Pennsylvania, Binghamton, New York, Albany, New York, Boston, Massachusetts. Back Friday. Had more or less a half day, sort of, kind of on Friday. By the time I got home and ate lunch, it was like 2 o'clock, so it was more than a half day. And then here we are Monday with a vacation day. Nice, huh? So I'm going to show you some other stuff I picked up in the Criterion sale. Let's see, the last time I showed you these two and this one. I'm eventually going to do one that just shows everything I got within the last little bit since my last update, I guess, which would be the Criterion sale, and then the Barnes & Noble sale and the Criterion Flash sale. I'll show those two, I think, combined, and show what I've gotten since like the last major haul. But I'm kind of doing it in chunks and pieces here, I suppose. So the next one I'm going to do is probably these two and this one. They seem to make sense to me. These three, in a way, they make sense. And then that leaves six, and I'll try to bundle up those in such a way that sort of makes sense. So let's start with the newest of the bunch. This one stars Joel McCrea, who was a big star in the day in Hollywood, and Veronica Lake, known for her hair coming over her eye, and her acting ability as well, I guess. But I just remember she had that hair. This one has a bunch of extras on it, as that was my mode this time around. 1941, 90 minutes, black and white. Talking about Sullivans Travels. This is a Hollywood director, John L. Sullivan, played by Joel McCrea, decides to make Brother, Where Art Thou?, a serious, socially responsible film about human suffering. But his producers point out to him that he knows nothing about hardship and suffering. And so he hits the road disguised as a tramp or a hobo, and en route to his enlightenment, he encounters a lovely but no-nonsense young woman, Veronica Lake, and more trouble than he ever dreamed. This comic masterpiece by Preston Sturges is among the finest Hollywood satires and a high watermark in the career of one of the industry's most revered funnymen. Yeah, Joel McCrea, long known as a comedian individual. This guy, that same. Lately, these have all had the same. What do I want to say? Crappy. Booklet. It's not even a booklet, really. It's really like it's not even a pamphlet. I don't know what it is. I guess it's a pamphlet because of the way it's folded. It's almost like a map. Some of them. And it makes sense in a couple. A couple where a map actually makes sense, but a lot of these, it doesn't make sense to do it the way they're doing it. So, to me anyway, I don't know if it's an easier process for them or what it is, but I don't like it. I still like the movies and the transfers and the extras, so I'm not going to complain too loudly, but the disc is cool. No artwork in the back, and then you've got sort of a plain thing here. This has got well, for a while I thought they were going to want you to do like posters, but it's not even that. It's this kind of a deal. And then you've got just the article here, which I find these difficult to read this way. I mean, you can do it if you're more organized than I am. You can read it like this and then flip it to the next page when you're ready, and so on. And you also get, as you're flipping it, you also get, little artwork along the way. But I don't know, just not my favorite way to do this. Yeah. You still get the same information, I suppose, as if they did it in a booklet. But I like the booklet better. Anyway, that's that. Extras on this one. Of course, the new high-definition digital restoration. Monaural soundtrack. 1.37 to 1 aspect ratio. I don't know if I mentioned that. And it's spine number 118. So this is a reprint on Blu-ray for the first time. Audio commentator from 2001 by filmmakers Noah Baumbach, Kenneth Bowser, and Christopher Guest, and Michael McKean. Preston Sturges, The Rise and Fall of an American Dreamer from 1990, a 75-minute documentary made by Bowser for PBS's The American Masters series. New video essay by film critic David Cairns, featuring filmmaker Bill Forsyth. An interview with Sandy Sturgis, the director's widow, from 2001. Interview with Sturgis by Gotham columnist Hedda Hopper from 1951. And archival audio recordings of Sturgis, plus an essay by critic Stuart Clowens. So lots of extras, and that's what I really was looking for. So you see all the extras here. Really was looking for that. This is a blind buy for me. As far as I know, I haven't seen this movie. It sounds vaguely familiar to me, but I love the blind buys from Criterion because I know this is going to be a great movie, and it'll be something that I wouldn't have come across probably any other way, but with Criterion. So, 1941, kind of I'm not going to say this is a screwball comedy, but certainly it's going to be a satirical comedy. I'll have to see if it's a screwball comedy, but it could very well be because they're thrust together and they're two whether they're opposites or not, I don't know, but yeah, Sullivans Travels. Next is one I picked up actually a little bit before the sale when the Criterion had their flash sale. But what a great movie, Limelight. Sir Charles Chaplin, played a vaudevillian star whose star has fallen, and who's now, he plays Calvero, a once beloved musical comedy performer. Now he's a washed up alcoholic. He comes across Claire Bloom, who's a ballerina, who actually tries to kill herself in the opening scene of the movie. I think it's a combination of pills and light in the oven, and the woman is distraught. Charlie Chaplin breaks in, saves her, takes her up to his apartment, Calvero's apartment, I should say, not Cavallero. Calvero's apartment, and he nurses her back to health, and then kind of sets her on her career to be a ballerina. It's one of his most tragic and comic mixes, a real poignant movie, and it also stars Buster Keaton in an extended cameo, making it the only time that the two silent film stars have appeared in a film together. And this was made at a time when Charlie Chaplin was under attack by the American press and the far right for sympathizing with communists. He actually moved out of the country, and when he tried to he left the country for a short time. When he tried to come back, he was denied. Government denied him, and it wasn't until he never moved back here. Of course, he lived in this country when he was making all those Hollywood films as Little Tramp. Left the country, couldn't come back into the country. What a fucking crime that was. And if you Google, or better yet, put into YouTube Charlie Chaplin's acceptance speech at the Academy Awards. It was one of the few times he had come back into the country, some years after he was no longer seen as a communist, I guess. And what a great, even as an old man, he had a gentility to him and a classiness to him. Limelight then is him in his limelight, both in reality and, of course, in the role. 1952, 137 minutes, so this is going to be a long one. Monaural, 1.37 to 1 aspect ratio, 756, hasn't been released before, and I love the movie. I smiled when I first opened it on camera because this little guy here reminded me so much of Little Tramp in a lot of ways. Obviously different, but similar. And there's the disc for Limelight. The orange kind of matches the orange. Big, thick booklet. Happy to see a booklet for a change, because we hadn't seen a lot of those lately. So it's big booklet here on this one. And glad to see they're still going to crank those out, because like I said, this is 757? 756, so it's not like they're not going to be doing those. And yeah. And next is, I haven't opened this one yet, 680, and this is one of the dual disc ones. And Aaron Pinn just did an overview of his Criterions I watched this morning. And you're right, Aaron. What a freaking crime it was that people whined about a few extra bucks. And I think you said it was $3 or $4 extra dollars. I think it was more than that for the DVD dudes. The DVD dudes typically we're paying maybe $29.99 for the DVD, and it was $39.99 for the Blu-ray. And so the Blu-ray people were happy because for $39.99 you're going to get both now. And I think the DVD people, with some exceptions, I mean the dual disc ones I think were still $39.99, so that was no additional fee. Anyway, these fucking liars. What are you gonna do? So they got it to shut it down. I almost feel like doing a letter writing campaign and asking them to bring it back. But this is one of the dual discs. I can't believe I didn't own this before. I had it on a bootleg, which has now been destroyed, and I have no real memory of ever even having it. I don't know how I got it. But this is City Lights, Charlie Chaplin. So glad to pick this one up. 86 minutes black and white, 1.19 to 1 ratio. So that's like really square. Square than a television set is square. But what a lot of extras on this thing. Oh, first of all, this is the this is of course the tramp falling for a young blind woman who sells flowers on the street. And it says on the back here, a magical Virginia Cherrill, or Cherrill, Cherrill, Cherrill. She mistakes him for a millionaire. Though this Depression-era smash was made after the advent of sound, Chaplin remained steadfast in his love for the expressive beauty of the pre-talkie form. The result was the epitome of his art and the crowning achievement of silent comedy. Yeah, this has long been considered to be his best film. I think that's arguable. I mean, I like Modern Times a lot. The Gold Rush is a great movie. I think Limelight is a great movie. The Great Dictator is a great movie. But for the little tramp character, this might be the best movie. And the ending alone, so poignant and so fitting for the little tramp character. Anyway, new digital restoration from a 4K film transfer. Monroe soundtrack. New audio commentary by Charlie Chaplin biographer Jeffrey Vance. Then there's a special documentary, Charlie Chaplin Today, City Lights, a 2003 documentary on the film. Charlie Chaplin Studios, Creative Freedom by Design. Archival footage from the production of this movie, including a film from the set with audio commentary by Chaplin historian Human Mayran. A costume test, rehearsals, and a complete scene not used in the film. And an excerpt from Chaplin's short film The Champion from 1915, along with footage of the director with boxing stars at Chaplin Studios in 1918. It's one Blu-ray and one DVD, plus all the content are available on both forms, and a booklet that looks pretty thick. So, yeah, real glad to have this one. A lot of extras, 86 minutes, but what a wonderful film that is. All right, guys, that's it for this one. I'll get to the next 3. I'll do another video. I'm trying to keep them under 15 minutes, just easier for me that way. Don't ask. And I think your attention span, 15 minutes, is probably pretty good. So, we'll talk soon. Take care.